John chapter 18. Dauta epon Jesus exerten syntois matertai sautu perantu kemaru tu kedron. Having said these things, Yeshua went out with his disciples beyond the winter stream of the Kedron. Hopu Gerbos, where there was being a garden. Es hon tenautos kai hoimater taiautu, into which he entered, he and his disciples. Eide de kai Yehudas ho paradidu sauton ton topon. But Yehuda also had known the place. Yehuda, the one betraying him. Hotipolakis synökter Yeshu seke metaton materton autu. Because oftentimes Yeshua had gathered there with his disciples. Ho'un Yehudas labon tön speran kai ekton arkireon kai ekton parishaion hyperetas erketai eke meta panon kai lampadon kai hoplon. Yehuda, therefore, having received the cohort and out of the chief priests and the Parishim officers, he is coming there with lanterns and torches and weapons. Yeshus un edo spantata erkomena epauton exerten kai lege autois tina zertete. Therefore Yeshua, having known all the things coming upon him, went out and is saying to them, whom are ye seeking? Apekrita sanautoi Yeshun ton Nazoraion. Lege autois egoemi. They answered to him, Yeshua, the Nazareth one. He is saying to them, I am he. Hester dekai Yehudas, ho paradidu sauton metauton. And Yehuda also, the one betraying him, had stood with them. Hosu ne penautoi segoemi, apelton esta opiso kai epesan kamai. As therefore he said to them, I am he, they went back into the back places and they fell to the ground. Palin un eperotersen autus. Again therefore he questioned them, Tina zertete. Whom are ye seeking? Hoide epan Yeshun ton Nazoraion. And they said, Yeshua, the Nazareth one. Apegrita Yeshus. Yeshua answered, Epon humin hotie goemi. I said to you that I am he. E unemedzertete apete tutus hypagen. If therefore me ye are seeking, leave these ones to be going away. Hina pleurotöi, hologos hon epen hotti, hus dedo kasmoi, ukapolesa exauton udena, so that the word which he spoke might be fulfilled, that which ones thou hast given to me, I lost from them none, nobody. Shimon Petros ekon makairan helkysen autön kai epäisen ton tu arkiereos tuulon kai apekopsen autu to otarion to dexion önde onomatoi tuuloi malkos. Shimon Petro, therefore, having a sword, drew it and struck the servant of the high priest and cut off his ear, his right ear. And the name of the servant was being Malchus. Epenun ho Jesus toi Petroi. Therefore, Yeshua said to Petro, Bale dön makairan is dön turkön. Throw thou the sword into the sheath. Topoterion hodedo kenmoi hopater. The cup which the Father hath given to me. Ume pio auto. I should certainly not drink it. Her un spera kai hokiliarkos kai hoi hyperetai ton Yehudaion synelabon ton Yeshun kai edersanauton. Therefore the cohort and the commander and the servants of the Yehudim seized Yeshua and bound him. Kai gagon proshannan proton, and they led him to Hanna first. Gar penteros tu Gaiapa, for he was being father-in-law of Gaiapa. Hos archiereus tu eniau tu egenu, who was being high priest of that year. De Gaiapas, hosymbuleusas tois Yehudaios hoti sympere, henna anthropon apotanen, hyper tu lau. And Gaiapa was being the one having counseled to the Yehudim that it is being profitable that one man perish on behalf of the people. Kolute de toi Yeshu, Shimon Petros kai allos matertes, and Shimon Petro and another disciple were following Yeshua. Hode mater sekenos gnostos doi archiare. And that disciple was being known to the high priest. Gai sune certain doi Yeshu ester naulen tu archiareos. And he entered together with Yeshua into the court of the high priest. Hode Petros hester ke prostes turai exo. But Petro had stood to the door outside. Exerten un homatertes hoallos. Therefore the other disciple went out. Hognostos tu archiareos, the one known of the high priest. Kai epen te turoroy. Kai gagen ton Petron. And he spoke to the female doorkeeper, and he brought in Petro. Lege un toi Petroi, her paidisker. Therefore, the servant girl is saying to Petro, her turoros, the female doorkeeper. Me gaisu ekton materton tu anthropu tu. Is it not also thou art being out of the disciples of this man? Lege kenos ukemi. That one is saying, I am not being. Hester kesande hoiduloi kai hoi hyperetai. Antrakian pepoie kotes. Hoti psykos kai etermai nonto. Now, the servants and the officers had stood, having made a coal fire, because it was being cold, and they were warming themselves. De kai ho Petros metauton hestos kai termai nomenos. And Petros also was being with them, having stood, and was warming himself. Houn archiereus erotesen ton Yeshun periton materton autu, kai perites didacus autu. Therefore the high priest questioned Yeshua about his disciples and about his teaching. Apegrita autoi Yeshus. Yeshua answered to him, Ego parasiai, lelaleka, toi kosmoi. I have spoken openly to the world. Ego pantote edidaxa en synagogoi, kai en toi hieroi. Hopu pantes hoi Yehudaioi syner kontai, kai en kryptoi elale sauden. I always taught in a synagogue and in the temple, where all the Yehudim were gathering together, and in secret I spoke nothing. Time erotais. Why art thou asking me? Eroteson tus akekoatas, ti elalesa autois. Question thou the ones having heard what I spoke to them. Ide, hutoi oidasin haeponego. See thou, these ones have known what things I said. Tauta de autu pontos, hes pareste koston hypereton edoken, rapisma toi, Jeshu, pon, hutos, apokrina toi, archiare. But of him having said these things, one of the officers, having stood by, gave a slap to Yeshua, having said, Thus thou art answering to the high priest? Apekrite autoi, Yeshus. Yeshua answered to him, Ekakos elalesa, martyreson peritu kaku. If I spoke evilly, bear thou witness about the evil. Dekalos, time deres, but if goodly, why art thou striking me? Apestelen un auton hohannas de demenon proskaiapan ton archiarea. Therefore Hannah sent him, having been bound, to Caiaphas the high priest. Ende Shimon Petros hestos kai termainomenos. And Shimon Petro was being one having stood and warming himself. Epon unautoye. Therefore they said to him, Merkaisu ekton materton autue. Is it not also thou? Thou art being out of his disciples. Sato ekenos kai epen ukemi. That one denied and said, I am not being. Lege he sekton dulon tu archiareos, syngenes on hu apekopsen Petros to otion, uke gose edon entoi kepoi metautu. One out of the servants of the high priest, a kinsman, being a kinsman of the one whom Petro cut off the ear, is saying, Is it not I saw thee in the garden with him? Palin un sato Petros. Therefore again Petros denied. Kai euteos alector eponesen, and immediately a rooster crowed. Agusin un ton Yeshun apotu Caiapha esto praetorion. Therefore they are leading Yeshua from Caiapha into the praetorion. De proi, and it was being early. Kai autoi ukeserton esto praetorion hina miantosin alla pagosin to pascha. And they entered not into the praetorion, so that they should not be defiled, but might eat the Pesach or Passover. Exerten un ho Pilatos exo prosautus kai persin tina kategorian perete kata tu anthropu tu. Therefore Pilatus went out to them and is saying, what accusation are ye bringing against this man? Apekrita san kai panautoi. They answered and said to him, E me hutos kakon poion, ukansoi paredoka menauton. If this one were not being one effectuating evil, we would not have delivered him to thee. Epenun autois ho Pilatos. Therefore Pilatus said to them, Labete auton humes. Ye take him. Ye take him. Kai kataton nomon humon grinate auton, and according to your law, judge ye him. Ponautoi hoi Yehudaioi. The Yehudim said to him, Hermin ukexestin apoktenai udena. For us, it is not being lawful to kill nobody, to put anyone to death. Hina hologos tu Yeshu pleurotai, hon epen semainon poioi tanatoi, ermelen apotneiskin. So that the word of Yeshua might be fulfilled, which he said, signifying by what death he was being about to be dying. Eserten un palin esto praetorion ho Pilatos. Pilate, therefore, entered again into the praetorion, kai eponersen ton Yeshun kai epenautoi. And he called Yeshua, and he said to him, Su ho basileus ton Yehudaion. Thou art being the king of the Yehudim. Apekrita Yeshus. Yeshua answered, Aposeau tu su tu to leges, alloi ponsoi periemu. From thyself thou art saying this? Or others said to thee concerning me? Apekrita ho Pilatos. The Pilate answered, Merti ego Yehudaiosemi. I am not being a Yehudi, to ethnos to son Kai hoi arkia res paredo kanse emoi? Thy own nation and the high priests handed thee over to me. Di epoiasas. What hast thou effectuated? Apegrita Yeshus. Yeshua answered, Her basilea, her emer, ukestin, ek tu kosmu tu. My own kingdom is not being out of this world. Ek tu kosmu tu, earn her basilea, her emer, hoi hyperetai an, hoi emoi, ergonizonto, hina me paradoto tois Yehudaios. If my own kingdom were being out of this world, my own attendants would be fighting so that I be not betrayed to the Yehudim. Nun de her basilea, her emer ukestin en deuten. But now my own kingdom is not being from here. E penu nautoi ho Pilatos. Therefore Pilate said to him, Ukun basileu su. Therefore art thou not being a king? Apekrita ho Yeshus. Yeshua answered, Su leges hoti basileu semi. Thou art saying that I am being a king. Ego estuto gegenermai. I into this hath been born. Kai estuto elluta eston kosmon. And into this I have come into the world. Hina martura so tei alerteai. So that I should bear witness to the truth. Pas hoon ektes alertea sakuemu tes ponus. Everyone being out of the truth is hearing my voice. Lege autoi ho Pilatos. Pilate is saying to him, Destin alertea. What is truth being? Kai tuto epon palin exerten prostus Yehudaius kai lege autoi sego udemian heurisco en autoi aitian. And having said this, again he went out to the Yehudim, and he is saying to them, I am not finding in him any cause. I am finding in him no cause at all. Estin de synertea humin hina hena apoluso humin entoi pascha. But there is a custom for you, so that one I should release to you in the Pascha, the Pesach, the Passover. Buleste un apoluso humin ton basilea ton Yehudaion. Therefore, are ye wanting that I should release to you the king of the Yehudim? Ekraugasan un palin legontes. Therefore they cried out again, saying, Me tuton Allaton Barabban. Not this one, but Barabba. Önde ho Barabbas löstes. Now, Barabba was being an insurrectionist.